The day has finally arrived. It is officially Boston Bruins hockey season, and all is right with the world, and hockey is back, and I couldn't be happier. This is a great day. A lot of people, Red Sox opening day is the big deal for them, but for me, of course, it's the Bruins because hockey is my favorite sport. Um, so, um, well, without further ado, or don't, I will get into my dun, 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 Bruins regular season preview. Well, let me just start by saying I've been a diehard Bruins fan since the age of, I would say, 8, 9 years old, and I go back to 1978 is my first 77. It might be, yeah, it might be my first vivid memory when they played the Canadians up in Montreal, and it was yeah, it was 78, definitely 78. It was, I sound like Rain Man. They had the too many men on the ice penalty in overtime, and then they lost it in overtime. Rather, they would have won the cup that year, and that was a heartbreaking year all around because that was the same year the Red Sox choked against the Yankees at that 14 game lead. But we're not going to talk about the Red Sox. We're going to talk about the Bruins. And like I said, I go way back, and I remember when all the games were free on Channel 38, and thank God they were on free TV back then because I know there's no way my dad would have been paying you know $10 a month for cable. That's for damn sure. So just making sure this was on. So I looked at it and like, is that on? Anyway, so yeah, so they were every game was on free TV back in those days, and believe it or not, kids, and you know, you knew every team. There wasn't as many teams. I think back in those days, it was about 16 teams, and it was just a lot different, and the players didn't wear helmets. Sound like listen to my grandfather. uh, it was just a different era. I don't remember Bobby Orr. I came the generation right after that, but I grew up with Stan Jonathan, Terry O'Reilly, Cam Neely, of course, and all those fun teams to watch. All of the fighting was great, and I worked at the Boston Garden for about 8 years, and primarily I got that job because I loved hockey and I wanted to watch the Bruins for free. So, uh, and that's what I did. I, uh, to get paid and watch the Bruins every night was just like I was in heaven. And yeah, I mean, definitely, I owe the Bruins a lot. Probably, more than I can even think. I mean, where would I have been if I didn't get that job at the Garden? I would have been stuck here working, bagging groceries, Star Market until I was probably 30, no doubt. But thanks to the Bruins, I got out of this out of this town, and had a lot of fun experiences there. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Thank you, Bruins, for that. So we'll go without further ado into the regular season. To be honest, regular season, as you get older and you realize it really don't mean much in hockey. Unfortunately, it's all about staying healthy and just getting going into the playoffs with healthy players and motivated players as well. And I'm hoping this regular season they can get their line straight. I hated to get the fact that they got rid of Boychuk. That made no sense to me at all. We get an injury to two, say to Hamilton or Chara's getting older, and one of those guys goes down. That's just gonna make that salary jump just even more glaringly apparent. But we'll just have to hope for the best. They stay healthy. I realize there's a salary cap, and but in this case, getting rid of Boychuk had nothing to do. It just they didn't have to do that. It just seemed unnecessary to me. And I think it's going to bite them in the ass in the end. But try to stay positive. Basically, stay healthy this year. Play hard, and like I say, when the playoffs come around, it all comes down to who's hot at the right time. Home ice means nothing, as we've learned, and you have to bring it every night, and you have to have that fire every night. and I want to see Marchand and I call him Marshmount, Marchand, and the big guns, Lushik and Lushik, however you say it, and Rask. He's got to be on top of his game. He tends to let in that soft goal come playoff time, and you can't have that. You got to play like Tim Thomas. You got to stand on your head in the playoffs. And I'm already talking about the playoffs, but it's just the way hockey is. It ain't like baseball or football too, where the regular season the games matter. Well, I mean, the games do matter. Don't get me wrong, but it's just about consistency, building up, solid work ethic, and again with the injuries, you just don't want anybody getting hurt and going the playoffs strong. We had a great regular season last year. What good did it do, right? It didn't do anything because once the playoffs started, Montreal just flew around us, and the speed's going to be a big thing because that's what Montreal does have, and you got to fight fire with fire. So I think I'm expecting a big year out of Dougie Hamilton and the young defenseman that they're Torrey Krug, and just that they can push the puck. They haven't had a guy like Krug who could just has that amazing slap shot from the point, and can really help their power play. Again, injury with Chara, I would cut back on his minutes this regular season. We need him big, coming up big in the playoffs, and just keep him healthy. Bottom line, because he's a horse. Um, you know, he just needed a. Chara reminds me of the guy from that the guy from the commercial. I lift things up and put them down. Whatever that Jim is. I lift things up and put them down. Chara, Ivan Drago. But yeah, hopefully he stays healthy. And again, with hockey, it all comes down to injuries because guys get hurt left and right. So hopefully, that stays. They stay healthy, wealthy, and wise. We go into the playoffs. I'm expecting it to come down again to the second round matchup. I think Bruins and Canadians will finish 1-2. I don't know what order that'll be in the division. So I think that'll be the second round matchup will be those two